breaking news came down, so we have to discuss it. This is what we do here. We're talking about the Indiana Fever making yet another move, Alicia, because they're Thanos right now and they're collecting all the Infinity Stones.
Did you hear about the WNBA shocker that's got A'ja Wilson fuming? Sydney Colson, Wilson's favorite teammate and right-hand woman, just turned the basketball world upside down by leaving the two-time champion Aces for, wait for it, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever.
Two-time WNBA champion Sydney Colson is officially signing a one-year deal with the Indiana Fever. So, the Fever just keep on doing what they've been doing. They're not playing no games in Indiana.
First of all, this WNBA free agency will not let us rest. Number one, we literally cannot rest. But also, I love this move again. Like, Sydney Colson is a great player, but she's also a player that is going to add even more to what we're going to talk about later, and that's that chemistry of the team.
Breaking news, Sydney Colson leaves the Aces for the Indiana Fever. We have breaking news, and you already know we have to talk about it, because this is what we do here. The Indiana Fever just made yet another move in this wild WNBA offseason. Alicia, the Fever are on a mission right now. They're out here.
You mean to tell me that two-time WNBA champion, the face of the God Dog League, okay? The Aces' main girl, right-hand man, Sydney Colson, is no longer returning to the Aces and is signing with the Indiana Fever? First of all, do the Fever even have any more roster spots open? How many folks are you guys going to sign?
Did you hear about the WNBA shocker that's got A'ja Wilson fuming? Sydney Colson, Wilson's favorite teammate and right-hand woman, just turned the basketball world upside down by leaving the two-time champion Las Vegas Aces for, wait for it, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. That's right, two-time WNBA champion Sydney Colson is officially signing a one-year deal with Indiana. Indiana is not playing around. The Fever just keep stacking talent. They are not playing around.
She's the face of the league, self-appointed face of the league, but also just in entertainment and all of these things. She has done and achieved so many things and continues to find amazing places in the WNBA, including with the Indiana Fever right now. And I'm just really, listen, what other moves they gonna make? Because I love this one too. And just great move after great move after great move. And
it was Natasha Howard, then Dewana Bonner, then Sophie Cunningham, and now Sydney Colson. At this point, does Indiana even have any more roster spots left? The WNBA free agency will not let us rest. Literally. No one can sleep. But you know what? I love this move. Sydney Colson isn't just a great player, she's a leader, a defensive specialist, and most importantly, a chemistry builder. And that, my friends, is the real key. The Aces dynasty is crumbling. That's right, folks, the Aces dynasty is falling apart, and fans are losing their minds. And guess what? Among all the moves the Fever have made this offseason, this might just be the one that puts Indiana over the edge to championship glory. Are you ready to see how this all unfolds?
For Sydney Colson, and I'm excited for the Indiana Fever because they have an amazing player who is also very hilarious, like one of the funniest people in the league. So really excited to see this.
Said, imagine the content between Sydney and Caitlin. It's going to be comedy.
Content for days. I know the Indiana Fever front office is just celebrating because that is a part of it too, is content and having players that are going to be good at that. So come on, Sydney.
A'ja Wilson wakes up to a nightmare. Imagine this, A'ja Wilson, the self-proclaimed queen of the Aces, wakes up, grabs her phone, and sees the headline. Sydney Colson signs with the Indiana Fever. Her right-hand woman, gone. Her confidant, gone. The glue that held the locker room together, gone. What happened?
What do you mean Sydney Colson is joining the Indiana Fever? What does that mean? Indiana is just being so greedy right now. They took DB. They took Natasha. Now they got Sydney Colson. Like, why would they take Sydney from us? Why would they take Sydney from us? What the we ever do to Indiana? Except beat them. But like, what the we ever do to Indiana?
Two-time WNBA champion, heart and soul of the Aces, walked away. Something changed. She started looking beyond the glitz and glamour of Vegas and saw a new opportunity. She saw a team on the rise, a young core ready to win, and a front office that is making all the right moves.
I'm really trying here not to crash out, okay? I can't take too much more. I just said the other day, what did I say? Another bomb is Sunday. I said, this isn't it. You know, I can't wait to see what the next bomb will be. Didn't know this would be the bomb. Stephanie White ain't playing fair. I have to say it again. Stephanie White is not playing fair. She on one.
Next move? I don't know what else Indiana has up their sleeve, but this team is cooking. First Bonner, then Howard, then Cunningham, and now Colson. I love it. Every move Indiana has made this offseason has been calculated, smart, and exactly what they needed. So now the question is...
that Amber Cox and Stephanie White, they were probably scouring the free agency market, and they were like, you know what? We do need to protect our locker room. We need to be able to bring in someone who can be a really good fit, someone who can really help to put these younger players at ease. And also, we need somebody to be able to play some lockdown defense off the bench. And that is it. Sydney Colson is vibes and defense. That's why she's on this team.
Officially shifts the WNBA's balance of power? Fire drop a comment below. Did the Fever just make their most underrated signing yet? Is the Aces dynasty officially over? Are the Fever now true championship contenders, Sydney Colson, the Fever's secret weapon and the Aces' biggest loss? Let's be honest, when you first look at the numbers, 2.5 points, 1 assist, and 8 minutes per game last season might not scream game changer. But if you think Sydney Colson's impact can be measured by stats alone, you're missing the bigger picture. Colson was the defensive specialist, the energy source, the glue that kept the Las Vegas Aces together during their championship runs. She made the plays that didn't always make the highlight reels, the clutch defensive stops, the momentum-swinging assists, the moments of leadership that turned close games into wins. Remember the WNBA Finals 2 years ago?
Sydney Colson is a two-time WNBA champion, a true vet, an amazing backup point guard. And anytime that CC or any of the guards need to go to the bench, I mean, Sydney Colson always makes the right call, always makes the right decision. So to pick up a vet, a professional like Sydney Colson, and then you also have a vet like DeWanna Bonner, and you also have a vet like Kelsey Mitchell, and then you have CC and Aaliyah Boston and Lex
was there, making the crucial plays when it mattered most. But her impact wasn't just on the court, she was the heart and soul of the Aces locker room. She kept the energy high, the vibes fun, and the team connected. Every championship team needs that one player who makes everyone better just by being there. Now, she's bringing that energy to the Indiana Fever. And honestly, the Fever front office is probably popping champagne right now, because this move isn't just about basketball, it's about building a winning culture. The Fever are stacking the deck. Indiana has been making moves like a team that's done waiting. They want to win now. White heavy checkmark Natasha Howard. Check.
I hope that some of y'all, if y'all are not familiar with Sydney Colson, I hope y'all, watch some highlights of her, because don't just be like, oh, Sydney Colson, she barely scored last year. She's not good for the Indiana Fever. No, she is. She is. Don't worry.
Wanna Bonner? You bet. White heavy checkmark Sophie Cunningham. Yep. White heavy checkmark Sydney Colson. The finishing touch. This isn't just a rebuild, it's an instant contender. Aces fans are shocked. Fever fans are celebrating. And the WNBA landscape? It just shifted. One Vegas fan summed it up perfectly. What did we ever do to Indiana? First they took Bonner, now Colson? But let's be real, the real million-dollar question is, why did Colson leave a championship team? Some fans are in denial. Some are melting down. Others are demanding an investigation. But here's the truth. Colson chose Caitlin Clark over Aya Wilson. Let that sink in. The player Aya Wilson called her favorite teammate, her right-hand woman,